My name's Catlin. I work at HouseLink Community Homes in Toronto. I'm a community mental health and housing coordinator. My job entails basically working with a team, leading a team of 8 people that go out and work with people with mental health and addictions challenges. So we help provide support, anything that they need to try to stay in the community, out of the hospitals and out of the jail system. I love all the people that I get to meet through my job, that every day is different. I'm able to learn, even though I've been there about 12 years now. So I've experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. I've experienced it probably for many more years than I realized. I just didn't know what it was at the time. It wasn't until it became a lot more overt that it became obvious to me that it was sexual harassment. It would be starting with little things like being asked about, if I was going on vacation, about the bikini that I was wearing, or comments about my looks, and then it became more questions about my lifestyle, to the point where when I rejected a manager's advances, then I got penalized and I wasn't allowed to get an interview for a management position, to the point where I was also getting bullied by the manager that I did reject. Over the years, I found that it was easier just to pretend it wasn't happening and tell myself that I could deal with it and I could handle it. And then when it became too much and it took a toll on my mental health, and I realized it was really impacting my life and my career, and I realized that it wasn't just me that was happening to, it was other people. I assumed that my workplace would protect me and see that this was a priority, as it was a violation of my human rights. But I find that I'm still fighting to get my accommodations met and stay safe in the workplace. The point that I realized that this was enough for me and I had to speak out and do something was when I woke up one morning and I realized that I was dreading going to work, because I didn't know what to expect, if I were to expect to be reprised that day or to have inappropriate touching or words to me. I realized that day that I can't keep living like that. I either had to quit my job or I had to speak up. I went directly to my union steward and I just verbally explained to her what happened. So she right away suggested that I start taking notes and documenting. My union steward got in touch with our union rep at SEIU, and we sat down and we had a meeting and we talked about what my options were and if I was able and comfortable to come forward. It was really blatantly said that it wasn't going to be easy, and it wasn't. But after we brought it forward and it was submitted to our HR and my ED, they responded after a bit and we pushed for an external investigator, which we were able to get. Once we got the external investigator, it was a long process of investigating. It was intense, it was reliving the trauma, and it was not easy. It's still not easy. After the investigation, I felt a sense of relief that my truth was out there, it was recognized and it was acknowledged. My union reps through SEIU has been through every step of the way with me, has been advocating on my behalf when I haven't been able to, has been supporting me in the decisions that I've made. They've also been giving me resources that I need and giving me any kind of education piece that I've asked for. And I see that they're doing it for other people as well, and with different challenges, so I find it very supportive. I actually had a mentor who went through something similar, and she gave me some really good advice to keep speaking your truth until there's justice. This journey has been tough, and what has kept me fighting is there are various things. One and foremost is my daughter. She's 4 years old. I want her to be able to work in a place that's fair and equitable and where she has opportunities. Next is that I've actually seen other instances of sexual harassment and harassment in my workplace, and to see that it's just being ignored or just kind of pretending that it's again, a one-off, it makes me feel like I need to fight for justice, not just for me, but for these other people. Some people are not willing to speak up for themselves. So to build awareness to the issues of sexual harassment in the workplace, both my husband and I have been making T-shirts that say #MeToo and just different messages like that. I've been wearing them to different joint staff meetings. I've also collected Me Too bracelets. I've been giving them out to staff, and then people have been kind of asking me questions, and I've been sending some articles, and we're currently trying to start up a women's caucus at my agency. We can only make a change if we highlight what's wrong. We can only make a change if we speak out and talk our truth. It is tough to speak up, but it's also very important to speak up, because if we don't tell our truth and put it out there, we're not going to put the spotlight on it, and managers or people in the position of power are going to continue to think that this is okay to ignore, or that it's not a problem, or that it's easy just to pretend that it's a one-off. And if we don't speak up, it's just going to continue. So my journey continues. We're continuing to, not just for myself, but there's other people to push for justice.